Right, we are live. Let me just hit the
We're
countdown.
live. Oh, I love that countdown.
It's a vibe,
Very intense.
Good evening, everyone. We're back after our watch along. We're back for just an update on things really that's happened since, because there's been quite a few interesting things happening since that pay-per-view. So first of all, welcome, Kyle. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you, Sam? How are you?
Yes, all good, all good.
Got
So
a bit of a sore throat, I have. So
yeah, I have
apologies if
to
I
be
sound a
fair.
bit croaky.
I've got rid of a cold and then not had one all year. Got a cold as it started to go like turn colder, and then got rid of one and got another one straight back. So always good. But we move. So basically what we've got tonight is a discussion of a few different things. Be that news stories, be that stuff in the future, be that our own opinions. So obviously, like everything with our own opinions, you're more than welcome to, in the comments, tell us your opinions. If you don't agree with us, please tell us. We're not going to be. I'm sure if you watched the live stream, you'll see that I don't think neither of us are easily offended at all. So yeah, you're more than welcome to tell us if you don't agree with us, tell if you agree with us, or give us your own opinions in the comments. We would love to hear them. So first of all, the rumor and the talking point on everyone at the moment is someone that's been a very naughty boy, and that is Mr. CM Punk.
A naughty boy indeed.
So I was at the event.
Boy.
Obviously, it came out afterwards.
That's an understatement, Sam.
Tony Khan's words were, he's been in wrestling for a very long time and he's never been scared for his life like he was when CM Punk was on a rampage. So basically, if you don't know, you've been living under a rock. It's quite clear. But what happened was CM Punk attacked backstage Jungle Boy. And yeah, basically that's what happened. He still fought his match against Samoa Joe.
This is old news.
Yeah, one. I'm just giving a recap for anybody that doesn't know. Like I say, you've been living on a different planet if you don't.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But yeah, so basically, obviously, like forever,
You get to get to the juicy stuff, Sam.
Yeah, even when he's with a promotion, he still gets touted in every other single promotion. I don't think a wrestler gets like this much for a big draw as what CM Punk does. Obviously for good reason, but outside he's not kind of holding himself very well at all. That's an understatement as well. But yeah, so there's been obviously rumors flying about that he's going back to WWE. Obviously he's not going to go back to AEW. He could work the independents and make an appearance now and again, or do like a Matt Cardona and do like around all the promotions. He could do anything. It's just if people will take that risk on him now. I suppose that's the main point that I want to put across. Do you think anyone will take the risk of having him back? After Kyle. Oh, gold. He's you've muted yourself. Should be back now. Oh Lord. We've got some slight technical.
Hello?
I'm just gonna. There we are. We're back. Yeah, I'll ask you that same question again. Hello, can you hear me?
What the fuck? Yeah. I think we're having a bit
Right.
of connection issues here, Sam, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me
I'm
now?
not sure if it's on my end or your end.
Right,
I
let
can
me
hear you, but it's a
oh,
bit
you
of a
can.
delay.
Okay, let me
Yeah,
I'll
yeah, yeah.
sign in I'll bring it up on my phone, see if that's any better.
All right, all right. I don't know
But
if it might be my side, to be
we
honest.
keep you waiting on this channel, as you can see.
I'm not too
Like
sure.
build up the suspense.
Well, no one's here yet anyway, so we're good for the live video.
Right.
But for
So
the video in the future when it's actually, the rerun.
yeah, they can just enjoy that minute interlude of us trying to work the internet. So yeah, the question I was asking you, do you think anyone will take the risk on signing him again after his
Well, we seem to be still having.
oh right, let me copy the stream and send it to myself. We're still live. Bear with us while we have these few moments of not doing a lot. I'm going to try and join on another device. So, disappearing and then coming back.
Hello, hello. Sorry about that, boys. I'm not sure where Sam is. I'm on the old phone now, as you can see. Portable business. Sam should be here soon. Oh, actually, give us a second. Is that Sam right there? Let me see. Just joining on tablet. No worries. No worries at all. I'm going to find a good space to set this up. How's that? How's that? No, actually. Give us a sec. Jeez Louise, boys. Can't we not have any problems here? No, bloody hell. Right. Oh. It says your guest Sam is on Android or Chrome, which has a bug that causes echo. Jesus. We just cannot get a break, can we? We just cannot get a break. Well, boys, I know I'm a bit sideways right now. It's because I haven't got a... Oh. Is that better? That better? I'm going to have to hold it, I think. This is not great. Ish. We will get into the wrestling talk soon. We'll just wait for Sam to get here. Samuel. Hey. Hello. Oh, there's a hell of a echo there. Samuel, check the old chat if you can. And we will get right back into those. I'm going to try not to speak. Sam's echo. Riff. Yeah. Oh, I was on the setup. There we go.
Why do I not have... Right, I'm just gonna do that.
Where's he gone now? Oh, there he is.
Right, finally.
There's still an echo there, Sam.
Oh no. No. Right, if I remove this, still the same.
Well, this is a great start.
Is it still bad? Yeah, I can hear it. Okay. Echo.
Well, boys, it's just me and you. As I said, I got a bit of a sore throat, so allow me. I don't know how I'm going to pull off the little smoke up today. I'm going to try and slide out a can like this. That wasn't a fart, by the way. That was the chair squeaking. Listen. See? So, don't even try and roast me in the comments.
Is it still bad?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Right. Let me try on the laptop once more.
No worries.
And then...
Right, boys, we're going to attempt this little smoke. Lovely. Oh. Sam. Fixed?
Wait.
Fixed? Oh.
Wait. Are we finally fixed?
Yeah, I think we're fixed.
Okay, ace. So, what was I on about? So I'll put my fancy banner back up.
Before that interruption.
So before the interruption, maybe it was CM Punk. Maybe he's watching it. Maybe he didn't respond well to me calling him a naughty boy. So yeah. So what I asked before all that kicked off was, do you think that any of the brands will touch him now, having this like hanging over him? I guess.
Well, yeah. Well, I think he's coming back. I'll be honest. I just don't know if he's going to be back anytime soon. I think he will be back in a promotion before next year for sure.
Okay.
I think so. With the amount of rumors, I think it's hard not for it to be true.
Yeah, I think the thing is though, I take it with a little bit of a pinch of salt because
you have to. Yeah, obviously have to.
He if we believed all the rumors, he'd be like at a wrestling show around the corner with 20 people in. That there was old men wrestling, and my laptop's now going to die. So we'll little interlude again. So professional.
It's a great first Dawg Talk, as I called it. What do you think about that name anyway, Dawg Talk? I might change it, to be honest, but
yeah.
I just thought of it quick time. I was just like, whoop.
It could be controversial to some people, but there we go.
Why?
No, I suppose not. That's maybe me just being like the.
You can't be too careful. Like, as I said before in the last stream, I want to be real as possible, and that's me.
Yeah. Also, something for us to watch afterwards. Kurt Angle's on a podcast, on True Geordie podcast. It's just gone up.
Is it up now?
Yeah, it's been an interesting watch. So yeah, I obviously the rumor is WWE, but seems bizarre.
Can you see it happening at Survivor Series?
I don't know. I think they'll do it just to spite AEW, because AEW are coming off the back of doing really well at Wembley. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think I can see him going to WWE. I don't think they'll take the risk. I can see him going and making loads of money doing like random independent type shows and demanding a massive fee for every single one.
That's the thing, though. Is that like, is he going to be able to do that? Like, is every independent show going to be able to pay that amount of money for him? Do you know what I
No,
mean?
it'll only be the big ones. Maybe like I don't even think any of the UK promotions will have enough money to
No.
get him. To be fair,
How do I?
it's in a bit of a sticky position. Obviously, I'll show you my fancy picture that I did and put on the. Spent hours and hours getting these pictures. You see, wasn't off
No,
Google.
I should have a few good ones on here on my phone. So I'm
It
gonna.
wasn't off Google 2 minutes before the stream at all. Certainly not. Uber professional. It was there, sat there from last night. But yeah, it's a really tough one. Of course, yeah, it's just we're gonna have rumors for that. I think he'll let it play out for a little bit because obviously when he's being talked about, obviously he gets the attention. So he's not going to want that to stop. He often, like when he was in, when he had that whole thing before he went to AEW, he was on like wrestling shows like with WWE, like their Bump, and like he kept that going on for absolutely ages. So yeah, that's what I've got to say about that. To be fair, I don't know if you've got anything else to add.
Did you see that? He reacted to. Oh, hold on. He reacted to the, the devil rumors like that, or CM Punk devil and the AEW and all this. He reacted to it, and on his story on Instagram, he posted a story, and it was of that old. Remembering, well, I don't remember it. I'm too young, and I don't know if you remember it, but in WCW there was someone called the Black Scorpion, and he was a mass wrestler, and it was everyone thought it was gonna be someone, but it ended up being Ric Flair, and it wasn't the person that everyone thought it was gonna be. And CM Punk posted that on his story, and he actually asked who's behind the mask, and that's why everyone like is going mad about it now. They're like, oh my god, he's reacted to it. It's definitely him, and I can't see that, to be honest. I don't think he's got that relationship with AEW. He's not going to go back there.
No, he broke all ties with AEW.
Yeah.
They would never have him back. It would be
against everything
they stand for. So, again, that's just him putting himself in the limelight of something that's massive in wrestling, just so that people go, "Oh my God, CM Punk!"
Yeah. He's being smart, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the next bit is the interesting side of what's happening on AEW. So a couple of weeks ago, MJF was in a tag team match where he had to find two partners. And the story was that nobody wanted to do it with him. And Samoa Joe said, I don't think you've got many friends around here. Basically, I'm offering my services if you need me, but there will be conditions. Fast forward a few weeks later, he was fighting Keith Lee, I believe, and he's the TV champ, I think. And he, at the end of the match, he won the match, laid the title on the floor. Here's my fancy pictures again. He grabbed the mic, basically said what he was going to do, laid the title on the floor and vacated it, and said the conditions that I spoke about a couple of weeks ago was that I want that title off MJF. It's really interesting, to be fair, because I think this would be a hell of a fight. I don't see how MJF, in literal terms, when you think about the size of MJF and the size of Samoa Joe, you don't see how MJF could win. But in terms of, I don't think they're gonna. I think MJF would be the title holder for absolute years, and it'll be like,
I don't think they're gonna let MJF give up that title so easily, unless I don't know. No, I can't. I'll be honest.
No.
He's their biggest star, really. If we're
Yeah,
being
absolutely.
realistic, like he is their biggest star.
He is there. He is like a made. Like if you could mold a champion to have like the perfect fit for everything, he is that basically. He's certainly the hottest prospect in like the whole of wrestling. Like he's probably the best wrestler around at the moment.
He's up there, definitely.
Not for me, because it'll always be Will Ospreay, but he's definitely certainly in that conversation. He's
up there for how can I put it? Like his act. I'd have to say it like just the way he is. Like even in the ring, he doesn't need to do like super impressive moves, but he just gets over. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to say. He just gets over. Like he just does.
Yeah.
He's one of them people.
Yeah, he is. So yeah, that was that. Obviously, that will progress over the next few weeks. But I do see that being a really good match. It'll be a match that's just brutal. Like it will be fantastic. So yeah, that's that. Obviously, that will play out in the next couple of weeks. Because some good storytelling, to be fair, from AEW. I think they're really good at that. WWE are kind of a little bit lazy on the storytelling. They sometimes decide to like do some good storytelling, so they've got it in them, but I guess they don't have to because they're the top brand. So yeah, that's that. Next, I wanted to speak briefly about the Newcastle show that Impact held. I have again, would you believe, a fancy picture. So that was the arena. Obviously, people are going to go, oh, well, there wasn't that many people there. It was a really small arena. But yeah, I don't think that at all, because often when I've gone to, so the difference between when I went to the 1PW shows and it was a small intimate arena, you felt closer to the wrestlers. The wrestlers were either having banter with you. There was a guy that came over from Japan, and they were chanting something, the crowd were, and literally we were that close to him that we could hear him going, my English not very good, so I can't really understand what you're saying.
What the fuck?
So that was like a good banter between the wrestlers and the crowd. So yeah, that's the thing you get with these like small intimate shows. You can start the chant, you can start a random chant, and everyone will join in. At the AEW show, I could have started a chant, and it would have probably been me singing on my own, because nobody else would have potentially picked it up. So yeah, that's the difference. I would much prefer to go. Obviously, I had to be in that AEW show for the first one, like in the UK. But yeah, it's just such a nicer atmosphere. So some of the highlights. So obviously we had. So the one that I was really interested in was the whole saga between Simon Miller and. Let me just make sure I get this name right. So professional. Like I say, I did so much research for this before.
Well, I did stick it on you a little bit. Like it was short notice. I just wanted to do a little something, a little live stream for the subscribers. We've had a couple new subscribers. I say a couple hundred.
My God.
Hundred. Yeah. No. Cheers, boys. I appreciate you.
Right. So it was Simon Miller and Joe Hendry. So the story behind it was that Joe Hendry was really good friends with Simon Miller. With like they'd helped each other out with the What Culture stuff, and they were really good friends. Simon Miller, Joe Hendry basically kept going. So Simon Miller said something on the ups and downs that didn't work very well with Joe Hendry, so he went to Newcastle a couple of times. Couldn't get through to him, but then they actually had a sit-down interview where it all kicked off, wrestling style, and Simon Miller was like throwing food at him or something, and then they kind of had like a little scuffle. So So fast forward to this pay-per-view. Obviously, Simon Miller I couldn't believe how like stacked he was, to be fair. He did like cut a little promo in the ring at the start, basically saying that everybody in the crowd was a loser and the normal kind of heel type behavior. And then Joe Hendry came on to his like before his entrance and had made like a little song dissing him, which I thought was great. It reminded me of like we were speaking about the word life sealer, like that sort of where he'd come in and just take the mick out of everyone, basically. So yeah, that was that. The match in itself obviously was only going to go one way because Joe Hendry. I don't know much about Impact. I've watched the last couple of events, but one of the big stars there. So obviously it was only going to end one way. Simon Miller, like I said to you before, made quite a good of account of himself. There was a good few moves that, yeah, you could tell he's actually like practiced a little bit. So yeah, that was that. I don't know if you saw it at all.
No. No. I've missed a lot over this last week, you know. Well, yeah, everything over this last week.
No, that's all good. So the other like I know a lot of the wrestlers because of the UK scene and them all going to 1PW, so I know little bits about them. So there was a Divas match with Danny Luna and Jordana Grace. So Danny Luna is a part of like a faction that fight in all the UK promotions called Subculture. They're kind of like massively heels, like egotistical kind of people, but really good at what they do, and really good wrestlers. The two men that are with them, Flash Morgan Webster and Subculture Wrestling, and obviously Danny Luna, and then Mark Andrews is the other guy. So they're quite established wrestlers in the UK. So that was really good because Subculture actually fought in an earlier match, so they were able to kind of like both promo the matches. So that was really good. So the Subculture match was really good. Obviously, Will Ospreay fought Eddie Edwards, which was like the main event. Really good, like physical bout. But overall, from start to finish, it was a show that I enjoyed. Like I say, I don't watch Impact as such, so I kind of went on a limb and watched it just because it was in Newcastle, and enjoyed it. It wasn't sort of you could tell the difference between like an AEW show and an Impact show. But obviously they're trying to change that with it becoming TNA in the start of next year, I believe. So that's exciting. Because obviously that I don't know if we're going to see the return of the 5-sided ring. Well, no, 6-sided ring. Sorry.
I've heard they're not going back to it.
Okay.
They're not going back to it, but I'm not sure how true that is. You know, like you said, take everything with a grain of salt. So
yeah, but yeah, that's exciting because it gives us something else to watch. A lot of these wrestlers coming through Impact have obviously just signed. Again, he was at 1PW and he's absolutely amazing. Like, I've never seen anyone quite like him. He's 18, I believe, as well, which just makes it mad. And he was just flying around the wing. He was in a tag team called Boisterous Behavior, and they were really cool because one came out like rapping for the entrance, and he actually like tours around the UK, like obviously rapping, does like a performance when they both come out or whenever he's on his own. Leon Edwards is the guy that Impact was signed, 18 years old.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, because he had because Impact did like a tour of the UK before that Newcastle show, and he fought was it Eddie Kingston? I think it might have been Eddie Kingston. in like a fight which he lost, but then the like the CEO or the head of Impact came out and handed him a wrestling contract. But what made me laugh is obviously they hadn't planned it properly, so they hadn't got a table or anything. It was the end of the match, so he had to sign his contract by leaning on somebody's back. I was like, that shows like the difference
Professionalism.
between, like, if it was AEW, they'd have the money to get tables in after the match and have like a proper thing. So yeah, that was that. I think that's what we've got for sort of. Oh no, we haven't. We have.
I've got a few things.
Just quickly. So War Games rumors. I've got a little bit of for the women's. Apparently, it's pretty much nailed on. That the War Games match is set to pit Damage Control's Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, as well as Nikki Cross and Rhea Ripley against Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair, Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Mia Yim, and the last one to be announced, to be determined. Sorry. You can see I was running out of the 200 characters, so I had to abbreviate it and hope that I remembered. So that was from Wrestle Talk. It's also been on What Culture, but that was ripped completely off Wrestle Talk, so I didn't write that and type that myself. So yeah, that's that. Like I say, it's one of the ones that's really exciting. One of the match types that certainly you're gonna like absolutely love because it's just everywhere. Like, it's my favorite stipulation, like overtaking Rumble, overtaking anything they do at Mania, because it's just so mental. The rules are so different to everything else. Like having the two rings together and then having the cage around it, just makes it, yeah.
I've actually got a little scoop on the men's War Games match.
Okay.
And a bit of scoop on Randy Orton's return. So Randy Orton's supposed to be returning and obviously being the 5th member in the men's War Games match of the babyface side. So yeah, there's a bit of scoop.
I am going to send you that I'll remember is to send you the NXT War Games matches that have been, because there's been some.
Yeah, I do need to watch a lot of them because I haven't seen any War Games.
It was the brand that was doing it first. They did a separate like War Games pay-per-view, but then obviously WWE saw how popular it was, and it was overtaking like some of their viewing figures on the network of some of their like actual pay-per-views. So they decided to step in and ruin it for the NXT fans.
Shout out Devon in the chat. How are you, Devon? You doing all right?
Did a review on one of your videos, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah. I love the energy as well. Oh, I love that. I love that.
And that reminds me, I'll go over and sub to him.
While you do that, Sam, I've just got a little something to say.
Go on.
Because obviously, on today, in 2005, Eddie Guerrero passed away. R.I.P. to the fucking legend, Eddie Guerrero.
Side point to that, something that I'll never get rid of is
oh, no way.
So yeah, I watched it the other day actually, like because I hadn't watched it fully, and yeah, it's great. But just unfortunate as to the circumstances of just somebody that could have had like such an amazing career. Well, still had an amazing career, but I mean, in terms of what could have become, basically. But yeah,
Chavo's a legend as well. I was actually watching Chavo on a podcast with Rene Dupree last week, actually, and it's quite interesting. He was talking about how he didn't like the LWO idea, but then he grew to like it, like as they got into it. But that's all I've really seen.
I've subbed to Devon as well. We'll have to, if we can work it out, to get him on a show if we can work it out.
I did message him. Devon, check your DMs on Instagram, because I did message him and ask him if he would like to do that.
Yeah, definitely. We'll just have to work it out as to a time that's obviously doable for him and for us. Like we have to do that with the Spencer, the Canadian guy, and Gunnar Gathering. It's hard work, but normally if we do it sort of late evening, it'll be okay. That's what we tend to do, like early evening, sort of 8-9. It's normally like midday-ish, depending on obviously like working schedule and stuff. So
interesting, because I'm sure we all come from different sort of times in the wrestling timeline. I'm a bit younger than you, so I'm not sure how old Devon is, but yeah, I'm sure we all have a little bit of opinions that'll clash.
Yeah, what I'll do is I will start a chat up on Instagram. I'll find Devon, put him in it. Obviously, we'll find Jordan. I'll put him in it because obviously for the War Games stream, I think that'll help us to all be together, so we're not kind of messaging.
Yeah, well, it's no stress. We'll sort something out. Like, it's no stress.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all that I've got pretty much. Other than obviously War Games coming up, we're going to try and do we are. We're going to sort out the day after to like do a watch along. Got one of my pals coming on. Oh no, actually, there's 2 of my friends coming on to join us. So it should be good. I don't know if you've got anything sort of coming up. I know your video went up yesterday, if I'm correct.
Yeah, well, no, 2 days ago. I think it was 2 days ago. The ECW video back up, obviously.
Oh yeah, I did.
And it's the most viewed video right now. It's popping off. I didn't expect that, but yeah.
And then you had obviously the top 10 rivalries, which is doing really well again. Like
doing well.
13k views on the ECW one, and then 4.5 on the rivalries, and then 2.9k on the history of Edge and Christian, and then the first video 3.3. So it's crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna upload or try and upload the Randy Orton career documentary tomorrow as well, because copyright issues. Is there not the Matt Cardona documentary still up?
There is. That 940 views, and then the weirdest tag team champions ever is 883. So we've got one, two, three,
with that video, the Matt Cardona one, it's copyrighted as well. Like, it's got a copyright claim on it as well. So I think that's like stopped the views, kind of. I'm not sure, but
yeah, they can. It's the same. It's the same if you hit over a certain amount of subscribers and you are gaining money from a video, but you start swearing on it, they can monetize it, so you don't gain any money from it. So I imagine it could be the same sort of thing. Don't quote me on that, but I would imagine it could be the same sort of thing.
Oh, cheers, Devon. I appreciate that. You said ECW was amazing. I appreciate that very much. But I think I'm going to upload the Randy Orton career documentary back up tomorrow. And
also, this will be a cool thing to show on the channel. I found today a ECW like magazine from back in the day. So it was an ECW like magazine from back in the day that somebody was selling, and so it's from 2005. It was ECW, a complete retrospective magazine, and it looks so cool. It's so on the front there. I'll just take out the person's details. So that's the front, and then so it's actually like technical difficulties. So it's actually like a magazine.
The screen's going off every time.
Yeah,
you
so it's actually like a proper magazine with like features and stuff. Destroy All Humans from PS2.
Oh, I used to love that
What a game that was.
Yeah. Awesome.
Wow.
Bay City with the hippies.
I wonder how much it would be now. So that was the actual price. So it says $4.50 printed in the USA. That would be like £10.50 in this day's money if that was 2005. So yeah, that's on the way. That looks really good. So yeah. What have I? Oh, after our last stream, I have got the Edge Decade of Decadence DVD back. I managed to pick up one of the old DVDs that I got rid of. Where are they?
Is that your whole collection of play? Are you able to show the camera to show the people your collection?
Mm-hmm.
I just want them to understand how much you've actually got there.
Okay. Right. Let me see if I can turn this microphone around. I can't turn it around. So literally what I'll do is I'll bring them down. So.
Oh my God. That's about 25 DVDs there.
Bear with
Another
me.
25.
So the one that I won't bring down is that I've got like the box sets and 20 to 30 of the Manias. Okay. Right, we're actually there. So my most prized possessions are. So I've still got a few to get. Because WWE released a ECW unreleased, which I've got the first one of. So I've got every single ECW DVD bar the unreleased ones that WWE have produced. So there's the Most Extreme Matches. This actually, I put it in the other day, and it actually is like a it doesn't cover the whole screen on the DVD. It's like 3/4 of the screen, so it's really annoying. So ECW, so WWE did a pay-per-view when they tried to do ECW called December to Dismember, and it was horrendous. So One Night Stand. It's actually got a bonus disc as well, which is like one of the old pay-per-views, Barely Legal. So the other One Night Stand, Extreme Rules ECW.
Devon's got the Most Violent Matches DVD.
See, this is like I can't wait. So this is why I can't wait to go to America, to go in like all these shops and just go mad. So next up, WWF Hardcore, when they had a hardcore title. Mick Foley held that for basically all the time. So right, there's a story behind this one. So I got this, the steel back of 2008. This is one of my first DVDs that I got, but I sold it and then got it back. So I saw it in CEX and it's got signatures on it. So I thought, oh my God, what if they're like signatures of the wrestlers? It was like 150. So I was like, this is too good to be true. So I spent like years and years and years trying to find who the signatures were. One of them's Kelly Kelly, and she wasn't even on the pay-per-view. And the other one is somebody else, also wasn't on the pay-per-view. So it's pointless. So I've got a Royal Rumble DVD with signatures at the bottom, and they weren't even on the pay-per-view. So
that's so random. Why would what?
Mick Foley, I told you about this the other day. It's a really good documentary. A lot about him and Al Snow a lot. The McMahon documentary / all the matches that he had with like Stone Cold and stuff. Rise and Fall of WCW. RVD, one of a kind. Such a cool DVD to have. I think that's just matches, to be fair. I don't think there's a documentary yet. It's just matches. Forever Hardcore, like Terry Funk and all the Ravens Sabu. They basically did like a documentary type thing.
Yeah, Devon just said in chat that Sabu and Terry Funk is insane. Yeah. Ruthless match. Absolutely ruthless.
Hard Knocks, Chris Benoit story. One of the ones that's like that I'll keep as well, because obviously amazing DVD, Monday Night War. The best of CM Punk, but this is actually from ROH. I think that might have come like out of a Wrestle Crate or something like that. But obviously not for me. The Wrestler, the film. Have you seen that film?
Nah.
Oh, you've got to watch it. It's amazing.
Is it good, is it?
Yeah, really, really good. DX, new and improved.
Oh, don't show me that.
Eddie Guerrero.
I missed that.
One of my newer ones, NWO. Back in Black, I think that's got like a documentary on it, so I'm excited to watch that. Straight to the Money in the Bank. You can tell the difference between the new and the old DVDs, because the old DVDs are obviously just like DVD, but then all of the new like produced WWE stuff that aren't Silvervision are like that, boxes like that, which is annoying because like when they've got an actual like sleeve, like it looks just so much cooler than just that. So Chris Jericho Break the Walls, that's an amazing documentary.
Yeah,
Raw after the show. So when the cameras kept running after the show, that was the No Turning Back pay-per-view, the 1PW one. So that was like my first live wrestling show. So I had to get the Blu-ray of that. That's like a custom-made one, so the discs are really cool. And then there's Will Ospreay on that side. So here's the one. So that's the 15th anniversary Raw triple disc. And then it's also got bonus disc, which has got the first ever Raw episode on it, I think. These are like random 3 men and a body bag.
What the hell is that?
I think it must have just been a wrestling promotion. It's called Free PW, but you'll know Colt Cabana's on there. Joey Matthews, Sabu, Sandman, New Jack. So yeah, that's.
I'm not gonna lie, Sam. That it sounds kind of sus. It sounds like one of those movies, like Two Girls, One Cup.
Yeah, it does. This one looks even worse on the front. There's one for you. Colt Cabana again, CM Punk. Freeway Strip Off is actually one of the matches. Freeway Strip Off with Donna, Missy Hyatt, and Jasmine St. Clair.
Nice.
Reminds me of the old stipulations they used to do. This is an old 1PW no rope barred wired hell match. Best of the Attitude Royal Rumbles, an old NXT DVD. This is another really cool one. Loose Cannon, Brian Pillman.
Yeah, Devon, I agree. It was the best DX, but like obviously I grew up in that new era DX, so like I remember them the most. Like just Triple H and Shawn Michaels on their own. I'll be honest.
This was a random DVD of ECW Championship match. If Ray loses, he must unmask against Kane. A ladder match, Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels. So Bad Blood 2004. I think I got that because there was in 2002, they came to the UK for a couple of pay-per-views called Rebellion, and that's got that as a bonus disc. Match at the Castle last year, obviously. And then literally all of the DVDs from 2011, because that was the year that I got back into it. And we watched every single on Sky Box Office. There used to be about 5 of us from school that would watch it together, and we'd each like, because it was £15 to buy it, we'd each like put £3 or £4 in and watch it like after school. And we watched every single one like on that whole year. Like we didn't miss a single one.
Like
and
all of you keeping your dinner money, like, but from school.
And I remember once it was a Royal Rumble, and a guy that didn't watch it with us actually watched like wrestling, and he came in and told us who'd won the Rumble when we were going to watch it that evening. And I have never seen 5 people turn on someone so quick in my life, because 5 of us just absolutely killed him, because that just ruined the whole thing. Because obviously the Rumble's one of the ones that's just the most exciting. And I think it was Great Khali that won it. And he came in and he's like, lads, Great Khali's won the Royal Rumble. And I was like, right, thanks for that. I don't know if it was, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. Khali didn't win a Rumble. It was Alberto Del Rio at the time. And yeah, he's like, he's won. And yeah, you've never seen anyone turn so much on someone. And then last, it's like a stillback of WrestleMania 20. I don't know which one it is. But it's got a this in it. So from like WrestleMania, and it's like a little like I don't know if you can see it, but it's got Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels in like a little poster, and on the back it explains what it was. So yeah, that's and then apart from that, obviously, and then my newest edition.
Ooh.
You can see how old that is. It's like it's got a documentary as well. I'm not a biggest fan of The Rock because I'm just not. 2002. And this is the reason why I don't particularly like The Rock. It says, just bring it, obviously his documentary, and on a little sticker it said includes behind the scenes of The Rock in Scorpion King. Why should that matter? It's a wrestling DVD, like.
Yeah, that's kind of why, like, I like The Rock, don't get me wrong. And I can understand he's great on the mic and in the ring. But he just switched up. He's not, like, I respect the loyalty more than anything. Like, do you know them loyal ones, like Randy Orton, for example? Like, Randy Orton stayed loyal to WWE from day one.
Like, Cena,
I mean, I respect that so much. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, I get it. Like, big money. Yeah, big money.
Yeah, but Cena, I remember watching it actually, because obviously most of the films that wrestlers go in are mostly pretty awful. But there was one that John Cena did that was really good called The Marine.
Yeah, I watched that back in the day, but I don't really remember.
The Marine was a really good film, but then they did like a second and third, and I think Randy Orton was in one of them when it got to like Marine 4 or 5. So yeah,
I remember Stone Cold as well in The Condemned. Is it called The Condemned?
Oh yeah, that was
a good film. That I enjoyed that when I watched it.
That was
from what I remember.
That's the first time that I've showed anybody my wrestling collection, and they haven't gone, "You sad bastard."
This is the place to show it off. This is the place to show it off.
Or grow up, or get a life, or are you ever going to stop watching it? And my answer to them is no, absolutely not.
My answer to them is just a fucking Stone Cold Stunner.
RKR, nowhere.
I've got one more thing, actually. Logan Paul. I've heard that he may be punished for antics that he's been pulling off with the US title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like he's been taking some questionable photos with it, taking it everywhere with him, and apparently, well, I don't know how true it is, but I believe it's Sportskeeda that reported that. So that's on them if it's wrong. But no, I'm just joking. Don't attack me. But yeah, no. I think that's all the news we've got.
I missed a few. Another pickup, an old WrestleMania. I believe that's 18. I've got the wrestler twice. So what I'll do is, I don't know if I can post the DVD, but I'll post you it, and then you'll have the wrestler. Vengeance 2006, one of the ones I was talking about before, because that was one of the pay-per-views that first have. Actually, DX is actually on the front. Such a cool cover.
Yeah, no.
And then one that I thought was also looked pretty cool was the best of the Money in the Bank. I thought the disc looked really cool as well. So yeah, that's
what was it? The best of Money in the Bank.
Best of Money in the Bank. Yeah, they've got like
the first Money in the Bank.
No, they've got like discs of yes. So yeah, I'll keep that wrestler to one side, and I'll actually post you it, and then you can actually watch it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you.
Because I have two of them for some bizarre reason.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, why do you have two?
I must have liked it that much.
I respect that.
It's twice.
Any more news, or is that it for today?
No, I think that's it. Obviously, we've completely professional, and what happened
so professional
with the cameras was just, it was meant to do that, you see. So
yeah, it was all part of the live.
Suspense building for the rest of the video.
Exactly.
Oh, also, how cool is this?
Yeah, that is sick. How many of them have you got?
So that, the Cena one, and then this one.
Oh, that's sick.
So
how many is that? 3?
3, yeah. I will get more.
There's like everyone loves them as well. Like, are they like collectible or something? Like,
some of them are. So, like, for example, there's a CM Punk one that is worth like £80, I believe.
80 quid
for a lump of plastic. Yeah, I know.
80 quid.
So basically, it's the ones that you can't find. So basically, any of the Funko Pops that are like limited edition, so many of them were made, or anything like that. Other than that, they're normally just like a tenner. That Paul Heyman one I got from Vinted because it was like a GameStop exclusive in America. But again, I didn't pay that much for that. It's just the same price as any other one, really.
Because they do like Marvel ones, don't they?
Like, yeah, they do absolutely everything you can possibly think of. Like even like Ted Lasso and stuff.
Do you know what? I think I might actually. You know what? Because you showed me that NWO DVD. I think I might cop myself an NWO T-shirt.
Look on Vinted. On Vinted, or loads of the old, like, people sell like loads of stuff, and there's like wrestling T-shirts at like £7 or £8 that people obviously just want to get rid of.
I was looking for like a proper retro Stone Cold Steve Austin one that it's actually, I don't want to admit this, but Dylan Dennis has got it. But it's smart. It's so smart. Like, I was just like, as soon as I seen him wear it, I was like, I need that T-shirt. Do you know what I mean? So I need to get it. But I saw that it was like one place that had it. I think it was on Vinted.
Yeah.
And it was like 360 quid, I think, or dollars.
God. That's why Dylan Dennis wears it then. Yeah.
I was like, nah, not a chance. Never. I'll go to Etsy and get one, like a bootleg one. Like,
yeah, literally, make one yourself.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's about all we were going to discuss. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in. If Devin's still in the chat, thanks for commenting, being part of it. Thanks to obviously everyone that's watching in the background. If you didn't comment next time. We want to know you're here. we want to have your opinions, because that's yeah, it's sometimes nice to rest your voice. So yeah, obviously that'll come in time
Muckers.
with
Thank you, Muckers. I appreciate you. Yeah, nah.
monster.
Basically, the last video it just started popping off. I don't know, but yeah, nah.
I think the live stream that we did also helped, because that was on like 65 views the day after we actually did it. I don't know what it's on now, to be fair. I'll have a quick look actually. But to say that when we did that, I think you were on like 175, 200. So
I hit 200 2 days ago, I think.
Oh, okay. So we were on less than that. So we would have been like 150, 175 when we did that Crown Jewel stream. So to say that we got 65 views back on that same day or the next day of uploading was really good. I'm just going to check what it's on now. Because obviously you've had like overnight things just
What did you say it was on the ECW video? 12K?
Yeah. Many comments. Look, more famous. Oh God, I still worry about myself sometimes.
You probably should. You probably should.
Yeah. It'll be all right. It'd be a boring world if we were all just. So it's on 73 views, which again is really good for a live stream.
Yeah, no, it was the first one, and there's plenty more coming. So people.
Yeah, when you do live streams, it's weird. It tends to, obviously, what you would think that when you do live streams, you get the most viewers like when you're live, but it's not that at all. You actually get most of your viewers like when you have posted the video. From all the other channels that I've been on Arsenal related. So yeah, I have said that I will do a Will Ospreay like history of like his career coming up and stuff. I'm in the process of writing a script. I say that I haven't started, but I will sit down because I've started back at work over the last couple of weeks, so it's been focusing on that. I will sit down and do that though, because it would be good to kind of look at what happened before obviously we knew him, because I think that's always interesting to learn out about somebody's story before they got to the big time, because you don't often hear about that unless they're on like a podcast or unless you actually deep dive into it like you've had to do for the ECW and stuff. So yeah,
That's why I enjoy doing the career documentaries, because like you just, as you're doing it, like you just find out more that you didn't know, and it's like it's their whole like career from like the start to the end, or like to now, like the present, and it's like it's just interesting. I find like I just find it's really interesting. I bet other people do too.
Yeah, so it's been fun again to speak about wrestling. Normally, you're either speaking to yourself or you're speaking behind closed doors, or you can't just randomly go up to someone in the street and say, "Oh, did you see MJF on AEW the other day?" They go, "No." How old are you? Are you 5, 10, 15, or 20? But yeah, so yeah, it's really good to have a platform to just speak about it, and obviously people do want to tune in and see it because of the sub count. So yeah, that's all for me. If you want to find me on social medias, you can find me mostly Sam Wilson AFC. That's my Instagram. That's where I post the most. If you want to see the life of me. But yeah, that's all for me. Do you want to plug anything or?
Well, I just want to say anyone who's watching this, watch out for the next video. It's probably going to be the Randy Orton career documentary re-uploaded. And I've got another video in the works that should be here in a couple of days or a week. It's Cena versus Edge, TLC at Unforgiven 2006 retrospective.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was fun doing the voiceover for it. It's going to be fun editing it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting them out. So watch out for them. Subscribe, like the video, like the live. And I think that's all I got to say. Actually, cool. I'm going to leave it on a little meme because we're coming up to a certain time. So here you go.
That's great.
There you go. That one's for you, Sam.
Leave that one. So I used to work in retail. Thank God I didn't. Don't anymore. Never again. Obviously, last little plug. There is a Patreon in the top corner.
Nice one for that. I forgot about that.
If you want to see content that we'll be putting on there that you might not,
you won't be getting on YouTube.
You won't see on here. We were thinking of doing like going back and watching old matches and kind of reacting to them and stuff like that. Really, maybe playing some. If I can find out how to stream it to the channel, maybe playing some like I can dig out a PS2 and play some old wrestling. Yeah, that sort of
thing.
A bit of everything. And obviously the Instagram's in the top left as well. Obviously you'll get to see what's coming up and what's on the channel on there. You'll get to see when we're next coming live.
Random pictures, random
pictures like ECW collaboration with Family Guy. I saw that today. And also another side note, the Instagram doesn't actually follow me, so
does it not? Well, we'll sort that out, Sam, after the stream, don't worry.
Yeah, I think that's bad.
Well, see, the plan was to keep it a low follow count, for professional reasons, but I've got a bit carried away, so I'm gonna give you a follow back, don't worry.
So that's that. But yeah, see you in the next one. Probably the next one will probably be War Games now because it's only a few weeks away. So a few weeks away, it'll be the day after. So it's on a Saturday. So we'll probably aim for the video on Sunday. So yeah, if we don't see you before then, in the live form, I'll show you see us in. Well, you won't see me. You'll hear Carl's voice in a video, I would have thought. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Have a good evening.
I'll see you when I'm looking at you.